اهلا وسهلا فيكم ببدوي كريبتو.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
بلوك تشين جيم او مجال الالعاب هو من اهم المجالات بعالم الكريبتو، وحتى الان ما شهدنا حركه قويه له بهالبول ماركت. وبرايي الشخصي بالاشهر القليله المقبله رح نبلش نشوف تحركات كتير كبيره بهالمجال. اليوم رح نعمل مقابله مع تانر، احد مؤسسي مشروع التورا. هالمشروع لنا فتره بنحكي عنه، هو مشروع بنى تحتيه لمجال الالعاب. اليوم رح نسال تانر عن المشروع بشكل عام، وشو هن الخطوات المستقبليه اللي عم يشتغلوا عليها هالمشروع. قبل ما نبدا اعملوا لايك، اعملوا سبسكرايب، وخلينا نبلش. Good day, everyone. Today we interview the co-founder of Altura, Tanner, that we will discuss the project, what's happening with it at the moment, what future plans they have in it. Tanner, welcome on board to Badwin Crypto. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Altura making waves yesterday, especially.
We're doing our best.
And enjoying it. My community loved it. Actually, we saw an uptrend of like 50% in one day. It was awesome. I know it's only perpetual Bybit listing, but the future looks bright. Let's keep it there. Hopefully, the spot and more to come. Tanner, for the average viewer that doesn't know what Altura is, can you in briefly tell us what Altura is?
Sure. So Altura is a Web3 gaming and AI company which makes toolkits for both AI gaming toolkits and Web3 gaming toolkits to simplify the game development process along the entire development journey, from putting NFTs into games to building the world with our AI world generators or our AI NPCs, really just making that process as easy and as seamless as possible, where the only complexity and the only thing they have to worry about is the creativity of their game and not so much have to worry about everything else. We worry about that for them.
Beautiful. You're based on Binance at the moment, am I right?
Yeah, our token was originally launched on Binance Smart Chain in April of 2021, but we've since gone multi-chain, and we're actually now also on Base, ERC20 on Base. We're launching on Ethereum, hopefully this week. We're just finishing up some pieces with the we use Chainlink, so there's a piece we have to finish up with them before we can launch there, and then we're also going to be launching a pool on Solana. In the coming weeks, using Layer 0 to bridge the tokens. We just have to make sure that everything is good from a security perspective there, so we don't have any issues.
Oh wow, that's awesome. In regards to developers, how do you support or how do you attract developer to your ecosystem?
For sure, the easiest way that we attract these developers is just because of the simplicity and the ease of use of our tools. So anything that you need to do with Altura tools is just one line of JavaScript code. So if you need to find out what a user playing your game, what NFTs they have, it's one line of code. If you need to mint an NFT within the game, it's one line of code, or it's no code if you use our minting platform within our marketplace. It is a simple and easy to use process that doesn't overwhelm the game developer. Whereas with a lot of other toolkits, a lot of other APIs, SDKs, it's a lot more developer heavy. It can be a very complex process and sometimes overwhelming to the average person who's building their Web3 game, doesn't have that experience with Solidity or IPFS or whatever Web3 based coding languages that they have to deal with. And that's where we really try to make our mainstay and improve when it comes to our competitors.
Traditional gaming and Web3 gaming, you get a lot of hypes with them. You get a lot of hype with the game, and then people tend to get bored of that game and they move on. What's different with Altura?
Well, what's different about Altura is, I mean, we are infrastructure at the end of the day. We don't have a game ourselves. So, but when it comes to the games that we like to support, the number one thing that we look for when we're choosing which games we want to work with or who we want to approach, our BD team wants to approach, is games that create real value for their players within their ecosystem. Valuable ecosystems where, and that's kind of the premise of how Web3 gaming will be successful, is having an ecosystem where people constantly want to return and come back. And that's always what we're looking for when we're building with new games that not only have the hype from maybe like a token perspective. And I think that's kind of the main thing a lot of people look for, is like, how much hype do they have? versus like, is this something that actually people are going to actually want to play? And that's been our thesis change, especially over the last year or so during what felt like the longest crypto winter of all time, was finding games that we believe have real intrinsic ecosystem value that people are going to want to come play in that ecosystem regardless of whether or not they choose to enjoy the Web3 aspect of things. And that's going to be what signifies or allows a game to be successful in the long run.
100%. I'm a believer in the gaming ecosystem. I invest in the infrastructure because if one game fails, you have other games that can come replace it or anything like that. That's why as a project, a gaming project investment, I always prefer infrastructure like Altura, like gaming studios, like stuff like that. I find that the key way of investing, to be honest, personally.
I think it's a good thesis.
In Web 2, one of the most projects that fail are AAA gaming, for example. A lot of projects fail. Like they have a lot of money backing them, a lot of things backing them, but they do fail. Let's be honest. Like, because people, like, we are creatures of our habits. We look for the next shiny things. We play something, we love it, then we have to have the next shiny thing. All right, there are some that are blue chips like Call of Duties, that are like FIFAs, like these of the world and the Web 2 base that have the repeating, but they always have to upgrade, have to develop more and more and more to keep the people interested. Otherwise, gamers will go elsewhere because they want the next shiny object.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's why you'll see like the most profitable companies in gaming are usually the infrastructure companies, Unity, Unreal Engine, to a certain extent Steam, the companies that provide the back end to allow these games to be published or to build them in general. These are the companies that you'll find are the most profitable, are the most long-standing, and do the best, just because they offer that, and that's what we're trying to do, or what we are doing within the Web3 space.
No, 100%. And one of the things is you have a proven record with you withstood the bear market, which was brutal, as you said. Thank God, in 6 days we're getting rid of Gary Gensler, so that will open more doors for everyone in the crypto world and have fun. All right, the Altura token itself.
Yes.
I know usually founders don't like talking about pricing and stuff. I'm not talking pricing. I'm talking utility. What utility does it have for the project?
Currently, the major utility of the token, and one of the reasons we're also going more multi-chain, is that on the Altura marketplace, if you buy assets using Alu, you do get a marketplace discount on the marketplace fees. That's one. The other thing that we've also introduced in June of 2024 was our $1 million gaming grant fund. So we started a gaming grant fund where each month, numerous games, usually 30 to 50, sometimes even 100 games apply every single month. And the Alu holders have the power. So one Alu equals one vote, and they get to choose which games win that ecosystem grant. They have to integrate with Altura, and that's chosen completely by the Alu holders and part of the utility of the token. We have more plans to increase and bolster our utility as we continue down the road, and tons of ideas that are coming in and thinking about the best ways to do that as we want to provide more value to them. But the cool thing about the grant fund that we have is that not only is it providing a governance type utility to holders, but also the games themselves also provide utility to those holders because they want to win that grant fund. So they'll give airdrops to the Alu holders to incentivize people to vote for them, and then those in turn creates more utility for the people that hold Alu. And when they get to play those games, they get advantages, they get NFTs, some valuable, some early access keys, and everything in between.
Beautiful. Where do you see the project in 12 months, in the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months, I hope to have shipped all 4 phases of our AI toolkit. That's kind of been the biggest part of things. We're really working really hard to build out every single piece of tech and have built out everything. Phase 1 should be completed by the end of this month, and the other 3 phases are all in beta testing at the moment and being tested by some of our larger partners to ensure that everything is up to scuff and can ensure that has an actual impact and is valuable to the people that will be using it. So by then, I hope to have a mainstay within the AI and gaming world and be known as the #1 AI gaming infrastructure company within Web3. That is our goal. We want to really take and harness these tools that we have in front of us and give the power of those tools to the game developers that use us.
Beautiful. Now, we've seen you list on Bybit just yesterday, Perpetual.
Yes.
I'm assuming perpetual is the first step before spot, especially in a bull market. That's what we hope for, or the community hopes for. We don't know. Obviously, it's all depending on volume. Do you have any other plans in the future? I know there's probably non-disclosures that you can't think, but just in general, I'm talking.
Oh, absolutely. I have a pretty solid exchange plan at the moment as we move forward. We actually have another listing planned for next Tuesday. The announcement for that should come out early in the morning, probably 4 a.m. UTC. The official announcement will come out for that. And then after that, once that exchange listing goes live, I'll start working on the next listing, which I already kind of have working on in the background. And that will probably take a couple of weeks to close and get done. But from there, it's going to be a lot of dominoes are going to start to fall. And my goal is to make it all the way to the top. And to me, the top is the Binances and the Coinbases of the world. And those are going to be the exchanges that really show the power and why Altura should be a top 100, top 50, top 25 token. And I believe that's where we deserve to be because of just strictly how much we've built in the bear. And we are, in my opinion, one of the strongest tech-focused companies within Web3. Our products are real. Our products are used every single day, and they provide intrinsic value to the people that use them. And I believe that a company like us deserves to be in the spot where recognition is deserved.
So you guys heard it first on the channel. New listing coming within the next few days. So stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, stay tuned. It should be announced next week. I believe it should be Tuesday. Don't
so
quote
you
me.
have. I'm giving you a week. We're giving you a week's notice. We can't say anymore. So that's good news. That's good alpha on the channel. All right. What differentiates Altura from other competitors? Because obviously the gaming world and especially in the infrastructure side of things, there's a lot of competitors here. What differentiates you?
I think I mentioned, but definitely the simplicity of the tools and like how easy it is to use our toolkit and to apply that toolkit within your game. Outside of that, our tools work. What you'll find with a lot of infrastructure companies, they run into a lot of problems. There's a lot of bugs. We also provide a very white glove solution to all of the game developers that choose to use us. We'll work with game developers from the beginning to the end of their game development journey, ensuring that every piece of Web3 technology that's getting used from Altura and getting put into their game will help them implement that and ensure that they fully understand how it works and how they can use it to its full potential. And that's because we are a smaller company. We can still focus on each individual client and ensure that there's immense value being put towards them. And at this point, we have over 250 games building with Altura. So at times there can be a lot going on and a lot of clients we're helping all the time, but we still really believe that customer service is your biggest competitive advantage. And that's how we choose to run our business.
If you mind me asking, over your ecosystem, probably can find it on your website somewhere. How many users do you have? How many gamers do you have roughly?
So if you're looking, it's an interesting statistic because the monthly active users, they don't come directly from Altura. Like I can give you stats on like marketplace stuff, but a lot of that comes from the games. And we've estimated on all the games that use Altura, we average, I believe it's somewhere between 10 and 20,000 monthly active users using the games that are on Altura.
Amazing. All right. Another question for you: is there any effort to support the Arab market? Anything for the Arab community or the MENA community, which is predominantly our audience?
Absolutely. I know we discussed this beforehand, but I think we really want to ensure that the content that we release can be translated into the languages of the different people that follow Altura. We're looking into ways to set up Telegram channels for a bunch of different languages so that different tweets and things that we post can be reposted using AI into the proper languages or the different languages that people who may support Altura may be in. Because I think it's obvious that not everyone speaks English, although English is primarily, I believe it's the most dominant language in the world. I believe right up there next to it is like Chinese and Arabic, like Mandarin.
Top three languages: English, worldwide for business, Mandarin, and then you have Arabic.
Yeah, that's what my thought. I knew it isn't Cantonese. Cantonese is really low because like Cantonese is spoken.
It's only Hong Kong. Yeah, only Hong Kong. Yeah.
Hong Kong, and I think a little bit of
Cambodia or something like that. Yeah, some of the smaller countries. Yeah. But generally speaking, it's a tiny population. Compared. Yeah.
So we want to make sure that our tweets and everything, all our content can be properly observed, because I think sometimes too, things can get lost in translation because people will try and come into different Telegram groups and they don't speak English, or they speak Mandarin, or they speak Japanese, or they speak Arabic, or they speak whatever language they come in. And sometimes I think what Altura does, what we're doing, can get lost, and some people get confused and they come in and their English isn't good. And there's a lot of scammers in Web3, and that's no surprise. So I think people can get misled if someone's coming in with really good intentions and maybe just doesn't fully understand the language or what's happening, is trying to get information. So I think we really need to provide a space for those people so that they can feel comfortable in joining the project and being a part of that.
If you're looking at any support in there, I'm more than happy to offer my services, just because I love the project. I'm being honest. I'm more than happy to support however way. My community is huge, and we're very involved. Like let's keep it there. They love the project. They're more involved. So would love to be part of that if you need any help in managing that side of things. I know you do some meetups with your community all over the world. Am I right?
We do the conference circuit. So we tend to do from, I guess it's March until the end of the summer. We'll attend anywhere from like 5 to 10 different conferences, different team members at different times. And if you happen to attend one of those conferences and we either are at our own booth or we're at, like, a part of someone else's booth in events, like, we always like to run into people that support Altura. It's always fun to go out and people to be like, oh, you're Tanner, like, you're Mej, you're whoever, a part of Altura, part of the founding team, whatever. So like, these people, it's always nice to get to meet them. And we're out there. We attend this year. I know for a fact we'll be at GDC. We're always at GDC in San Francisco. We went to Gamescom last year. Went to ETH Denver, Consensus, a bunch of
Anything in the MENA? Anything in the MENA region? Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi.
In Dubai, we went to Token 2049. I'll be attending a conference in Dubai. I actually go to Dubai on Friday. I'll be there for 3 weeks. And I'll be attending the Satoshi Roundtable, it's an invite-only conference, but it's a Bitcoin focused kind of, it's called an unconference because there's no scheduled events. It's just people talking about things that they're passionate about within kind of the Web3, and you set that up on the first day. But I will be there and I'll be around. So if anyone happens to be there that's in the Altura community or investor, I'd love to chat with you and pick your brain or have you ask questions for us, and we'll answer anything we can.
Not a problem. Next time you have an open event, I would love if you would tell us, because that way we can tell the community to join, go meet you, have a chat, and see the gaming world's what we're doing there. So I want to show you how big the Arabic Altura community is. That's why I'm asking you this, because I believe that it's becoming bigger and bigger. So that's great. Now, you said you want to do your full plan, which is over the next, implement all your plan for the next 12 months, which is, you have several, from the AI integrations to all that. Now, where do you see Altura, not from development brand, where do you see it? I know you don't like answering this question. Where do you see it in regards to market cap from now till like end of the year?
I mean, if you look at competitors and you look at people in the industry, I definitely think, I'll talk more in terms of ranking. Like, I do believe that Altura can be a top 100, top 50 token, and where that places you. Currently, I think a top 50 token is approximately like a $2 billion token, roughly right around that range. And I believe that's where we should be. And I think as we continue to make these moves and progress to different exchange listings and kind of move our way up that ladder, I think that's where we should be, where we deserve to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we reach by the end of this cycle. At least that's my personal goal, and I think what the rest of the team believes as well.
I'm gonna have a look to see if we're matching same projections. 1 second. At the moment, you're sitting at marking at 147. So yeah, we're looking at roughly my target, roughly what I told my community, roughly give or take. So yeah, that's about right. Look, I wish you all the best. You are doing a great job. I love to see the development over the bear market, and whoever survived such a brutal bear market, and it was brutal, let's be honest, from Luna to FTX to Celsius to the whole SEC going after anyone with anything to do with crypto. I think that was brutal, and whoever survived and kept on building, not just survived, just kept on building, I think will come out on the other side much better. And you're one of the few gaming projects that caught my eye, and I was following it from then. So a great effort. Keep up the good work. Hopefully, with the Trump administration, you might start going into the US a bit more, because now you're probably scared with the SEC. So I'm hoping that will help. How do you see the Trump administration and supporting the industry and specifically the gaming side?
I hope it's easier for tokens to get listed on US exchanges, whether that's Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, all these large US based exchanges. With the changes of the guard, I hope they kind of make it easier to get involved with some of these exchanges, and then we can get listed there. That's kind of the overall goal, and to really bring Alu and bring Altura to a US audience in every way we can. It's going to be interesting. Like, you try not to count your chickens before they hatch with all of this stuff, because everything can change in a day. A politician not telling the truth is not the first time in history that's ever going to happen. So you hope for the best if everything comes to be, and that's what I hope for to happen. And we'll really just see what happens over the next few months.
Now, the flip side of it. So let's talk a little bit of politics. You're from Canada, correct?
Correct.
How's Trump asking for you to become 51st state? So you might launch Altura in America already.
Well, I mean, technically we have like a U.S. entity. So like we have an entity in the U.S. We're technically a U.S. entity, although we are Canadian, because my co-founder Mej, he is Arabic, he's from Jordan. Okay. So he was born in the States, and he's dual citizen Canada and the U.S. So we are technically a U.S. company as well. So it wouldn't be that crazy for us at this point in time. But I mean, I don't think Canada's going to become a 51st state. I think from like a tax perspective and certain things, it could be great, but there's also parts of the U.S. I don't like. There's lots of things that I do like about the U.S., lots of things I don't like about the U.S. So
I'm talking business. I'm talking from business side of things. I think it'll be good because biggest financial market there, so you'll be local there in a way. But of course, like everyone have their own sovereignty, so they want to have their own thing. Of course, I'm not talking any of that stuff.
The only war the U.S. has ever lost is the War of 1812 against Canada.
Oh, no clue what that is. But yeah.
Do your research on that.
Nah, look, from just opening that market, the American, whether we love them, hate them, whatever you want to say about them, they're the big. That's where the money is. Let's be honest.
Yes.
The U.S. I don't care what you say about China, Russia, or whoever says about anything. Money is the money is USA. Yeah. Like for investments, I'm talking. When they go in hard. So.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll be able with the new administration. Hopefully, touch wood, we're all hoping that it's much easier with Gary Gensler gone to list some tokens in the U.S. exchange. Having Altura on the U.S. exchange will, I think, boost the ecosystem by like massively. I believe so.
That is 100% the goal, and I think we want to be there, and we know that those are our key markets for us. Just mostly because I feel like a lot of our audience is American. As well, like we have a lot of people in the West, as well as a lot of people in like Central Europe and in the Middle East now, as we've working with you now and have been working with Amir as well. I continue to grow that audience, but obviously the US is still a massive audience for us, and we want to be able to serve them in the best way possible, and being able to get listed on some of those US exchanges is important for truly serving that audience and taking full advantage of what we can do there.
Great. Tanner, it was an absolute pleasure having you. Thank you for coming for this interview. We're looking forward for everything that's going to happen in the future and the new listing next week that you promised us. Hopefully, that's fingers crossed, everything goes right. I would like to have a chat with you maybe in a few months, seeing how Altura is tracking. Just a general chat as well, like this one. Nothing too formal. General chat, any updates of Altura, anything happening there. If you don't mind joining us again, I would love to have you, and the community would.
100%. Let's schedule something in for the next few months after we get hopefully into some peak bull run material, and we have a lot more exciting things to talk about.
Beautiful. Tanner, it was an absolute pleasure. Talk soon, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Have a great night or great day.
See ya.
شخصيا وقت بدي استثمر بمجال الذكاء الاصطناعي أو الألعاب بفضل استثمر بالبنى التحتية لهالمجالات. ليه؟ لأنه البنى التحتية ما بتتأثر بلعبة معينة إذا فشلت أو مشروع معين إذا فشل.
عندها ما يعرف باللونجيفيتي، فيها تتحمل أكتر لأنه عم تتعاطى مع عدة مشاريع بنفس الوقت. وهيدا باختصار شو هو التورا. التورا هي بنى تحتية للمطورين بمجال الألعاب، بيستخدموا تقنية الذكاء الاصطناعي ليسهلوا حياة المطورين ويساعدوهم ليقدروا يبنوا ويعملوا ألعاب بسرعة أكتر وبطريقة سهلة أكتر. هالأمر رح يجذب مطورين كتار. وقت يجوا مطورين يستخدموا التورا أكتر وأكتر، رح نشوف عدد ألعاب رح تطلع بالنظام البيئي تبع التورا وعم تكبر أكتر وأكتر، وهالأمر بيكون بشكل عام إيجابي للمشروع. خلينا نطلع على التوكونومكس. توكونومكس المشروع، عدد العملة الكامل هو 990 مليون، عدد العملة بالتداول 990 مليون. يعني العملة كاملة داخل السوق ما في عندها تضخم نخاف منه بالمستقبل. الماركت كاب 144 مليون دولار، جدا منخفض نسبة لشو هو المشروع. وقت يبلش فومو مجال الألعاب، برأيي الماركت كاب رح يصعد أكتر بكتير. وسمعتوا تانر وين توقعاته بنهاية السنة، متوقعة تكون بالتوب 100 للتوب 50 كوين بالمجال. يعني عم نحكي بين المليار والمليارين دولار ماركت كاب، يعني على الأقل 10 ل 20 اكس من المناطق الحالية بحسب مؤسس المشروع. اكيد هو بيحب المشروع لانه له، ولكن هيدي تقديراته. خلينا، هو المشروع بالاساس تم بناؤه على بي ام بي. حكي تانر انه كيف توسع على غير شبكات، حاليا على بيس، عم يشتغلوا على ايثيريوم، عم يشتغلوا على سولانا، عم يشتغلوا على عده اماكن. هيدا امر كمان جيد لانه رح يخلي في عندك اكسس لسيوله من عده اماكن ولاعبين من عده اماكن. بالنسبه لي هيدا امر كتير جيد انه عم بيضلوا يطوروا. خلينا نحكي شوي عن الشراكات اللي عملوها التورا. التورا عاملين عدة شراكات، منا ميوتابل اكس، منا واجمي جيمز، منا ديليسيوم، وكتير مشاريع مهمة. هالأمر عم يفرجي قوة المشروع أكتر وأكتر وكيف عم يتطور أكتر وأكتر. مؤخرا شفنا ضجة كتير كبيرة وقتها تم إدراج مشروع التورا على بايبت بيربتشوال، يعني على الفيوتشر أو الليفرج مع الرافعات المالية على بايبت. عادة وقت يتم إدراجات على بيربتشوال بمنصات كبيرة بنشهد دمب أو هبوط كبير بالسعر، ولكن التورا عكس التوقعات صعدت بالسعر وما عملت هبوط كبير. وقت بعد البيربتشوال تاريخيا مثل ما بنشوف بيتم الادراج سبوت. سبوت هو اللي بيعلي السعر، يعني العالم تشتري عملات سبوت وبتبلش ببلش السعر يطلع. هذا امر ايجابي. كمان حكينا تانر انه في ادراجات كتير قريبا جدا بالسوق، يعني من هلا لنهار الثلاثة اللي جايه، هيدا الفا عطانا اياه، رح نشوف ادراج على منصة تانية، وبعدها رح يكملوا شغل ليوصلوا على منصات باينانس وكوين بيس يلي باينانس هن عم يحكوا معها حاليا. كلها هيدي عطينا اياها معلومات، هيدي الفا. يعني اذا ادراج على منصه جديده من ثلاثه الجاي، يعني السعر على الارجح رح يصعد بعدها. هيدي كلها ترجيحات وهيك. هل بتسالوني طب شو توقعاتك لسعر التورا؟ انا بشوف سعر التورا بين الدولار والدولار 50 هيدي الدوره. ممكن نكون اقل شوي اعلى شوي، ولكن بشكل عام هيدي الارقام اللي بشوفها بالتطويرات اللي عم يعملوها رح توصل لهونيك. اكيد اعملوا دراستكم الخاصه، هيدي منا نصيحه استثماريه. وانا بشوفكم قريبا فيديو جديد وماركت ابديت جديد. ثانك يو.